Lesson 8.5, adding and subtracting polynomials. So how do we add polynomials? So add them up. Now there's lots of different ways to do it. Some people will do like an underline thing where this is the only x to the third, and then these are only x squared. Whoops, my bad. This is also x to the third, and this is the only x to the first, and then this gets its own category. I'm not a big fan of that. I like to line them up. And I like to rewrite them, make sure they're in order. And I like to change all the negatives to plus. I just think it's a smarter way to do it. But whatever works for you. So now I'm going to put the second one underneath it, and I'm going to line them up. So x squared goes under x squared. And then x to the third. And then minus 1. And then I add them straight down. This, of course, has the invisible 1 out front. So it's 3x to the third minus 3x squared. And again, I'd rather put plus minus. Plus x plus negative 1. And that's it. Unfortunately, no way to check these problems, so they are what they are. Just make sure you're doing right. You could always check them by just going over them again if you want. So how do we subtract? Well, wait, my bad. Here's another problem. Try it on your own. Pause the tape if you want. Notice I left a gap because there's no x squared value. And that's it. So how do you subtract? Very easy. Turn it into addition. Distribute the negatives. So if I change this one, I have to change this one, and this one. Make sure you do this first. Makes your life a lot easier. Now I'm just adding again. Left a gap because there's no end to the first on that one. That's an end to the first. Add down. And that's it. If you wanted to write it as 6n squared minus 2n plus 9, you could. There's nothing wrong with that. I put everything as plus negative just so I remember what's going on with the subtraction and addition. Here's another one to try. Pause the recording if you want. Try it on your own. Notice the gap again. There's no a to the first in that one. Notice I did these in wrong order. Doesn't matter as long as they all end up in the right spot. Looks good. That's it. Keep practicing, you'll be fine. Going to the next note. We've got 8.6 and 8.7 multiplying polynomials. Now, a lot of math teachers or textbooks will break it down between this kind of problem, which is multiplying a monomial against a polynomial. I really don't see the point. You just want to distribute all of these. This one here, a little tricky because there's multiple levels of distribution, but if you follow the process, it's no problem. I like to draw arrows on top, which reminds me to multiply each one. I do them one at a time. So the first one, 2x to the third times x to the third is 2x to the sixth plus 6x to the fifth plus negative 4x to the fourth plus 10x to the third. It's in order, descending order. Looks good to me. These are polynomials times polynomials. So the rules are a little bit different. Many people have seen this before. Just need a little reminding. So you just want to distribute the first term and then the second term. So we get 3x squared plus 2x plus negative 12x plus negative 2. This is the only tricky part, is we're not done because we have two very like terms in the middle. So we've got to combine them. So we get 3x squared, negative 12 plus 2 is negative 10x minus 2. Make sure you practice this a lot and get good at it. You're going to do this so often in math that you won't even remember that you never knew it in the first place. And the last one, distribute each piece. I'm going to use colors and cheat a little bit to do this. We're going to multiply that. X to the third plus 2x squared. Often we'll drop the answers down a level so it's a little easier to see what's going on. Plus 2x squared, similar to when we added and subtracted polynomials before. Plus 4x. And then the last one, plus x plus 2. Put it all together. X to the third plus 4x squared plus 5x plus 2. Now that's tricky. A lot of people just line these up. And then just look at it and pick out their like terms and do it that way. You'll get the same answer, so either way is fine, whatever works for you. I like doing it my way. It helps me lining them up. Also makes me sure that I didn't miss any, because I should get two terms each time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still works, but I like doing it that way. So you might want to pause the tape. And we have a little blip here just popped up somehow. There we go. So that you can try them on your own. I'm just going to roll through them and put the answers down. And I'll probably make a few mistakes, so pay close attention. I'm going to do the next three problems without putting my arrows on top. If you want to still do them, I highly recommend them, but eventually you don't really need them. These two terms are going to cancel. That's it. Make sure you practice a lot, work with your teacher or other people, double check your answers, make sure everybody's on the same page. When you're first doing these, show as much work as humanly possible because they are tricky. Good luck.